This meeting to order, so if everybody could take a seat. Our clock on the wall, I just noticed our clock on the wall is about 5 minutes slow. So I'd like to, if everybody could take a seat, we can get started. Our first order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, liberty and justice for all. Well, our first order of business is one that I am really excited to be able to perform. And it has to do with a life-saving award. We do this, I don't want to say quite often, but it is actually quite often in comparison to so many other municipalities. The city of Breezy Point has long had a history of having a very effective paramedic program and first responders program. And so we had an incident where Officer Elisha Dwyer, Kevin Merschman, and Jason Reiber were on the scene to perform CPR. And so, gentlemen, if you would come forward. I'll just read what the write-up says. July 3rd, 2018, Officer Elisha Dwyer and Chief Kevin Merschman responded to the report of a man not breathing. On the arrival, the family had begun CPR and delivered one shock using the Edgewater Condominium's AED. They were soon joined by paramedic officer Jason Reiber and several members of the North Crow Wing County first responders team. A pulse and spontaneous respirations were established, and the patient, Dr. Casey Ryan, was flown via air care to the St. Cloud Hospital and released a few days later. And what was really exciting to read is Dr. Casey advocated the condominium to purchase the AED that helped save his life, which I thought was just absolutely marvelous. The fact he was advocating for it, and he's the first one that was being saved by it. And so I have the life-saving awards. Chief Merschman, thank you so much. Elisha, thank you so very much. Jason, again, we've done this multiple times. Thank you again so much. And along with the paramedic program that we have here in Breezy Point, it wouldn't be complete without the first responders. The first responders are a vital asset. I have not personally experienced for myself, but I have witnessed the fact medical emergencies taking place. Our paramedic shows up in a couple of minutes, and then a minute later, first responders show up to provide assistance, and then 3 or 4 minutes later, the ambulance get here. And it's those first few minutes, those golden minutes, that are up at the very front that are so very, very important, and we are very, very fortunate here in Breezy Point to have first responders. And Kevin, if you want to come forward. We have Lifesaver Awards to Lacey Jo Fox and to our own Brian Szymanski.
Thank you.
Brian
is here.
And Lacey's here.
Yep, Lacey is here. Here you go. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
And you want to say?
Sure, as the mayor said, it's definitely a team effort. And in this particular case, the patient was resuscitated basically before we even got there with the ambulance. So obviously, it's a life-saving program that is crucial to survival in this area. And the only other thing I'll mention is that the partnership we have with Breezy Point, with the Breezy Point police paramedics it's truly an award-winning program. So we really appreciate the city's Breezy Point support.
I will have to say, a couple of years ago, we were given an award for the outstanding paramedic program for small cities in the state of Minnesota, which I'm very proud to be able to say that it's our police department that is maintaining this program and keeping this program alive, as well as many of the citizens alive. So I thank you guys very much, and I thank you very much. Yes, I'll just say, Dr. Casey, if you would like to say anything before it ends at this point.
I mean, the interesting thing is that back probably around 2010, I convinced the owners of the condos at Edgewater that there were a lot of elderly people there and we should get an AED. Well, of course, I didn't consider myself elderly. And this is one of those situations. I run a lot. I run 5Ks. I've been out running 3 miles with my grandson that morning. Anywhere else that I would have dropped, I don't think I would have survived. So this is one where God planned my drop. Because my daughter was there, she's a neonatology nurse. She just had to get in her mind how to resuscitate going from 2 thumbs to full compression. And my wife Deb was there, my son-in-law, and all these things came together. And we had the AED and shocked me. And everything has gone really very well. I have minimal, if no damage to my heart. So it was what in medical terms we'd say, it wasn't really a heart attack, but part of the heart didn't get enough oxygen. And it put me into what's really a lethal heart rhythm if I hadn't been shocked out of it. So I'm living proof that, I have a second life, and very proud, and just very proud of what the police and the first responders have done. I think you should be very proud of what you have as an organization, and get more people to, especially within families, to learn how to do CPR. It's not difficult. In probably less than 3 minutes, I was back in a normal heart. So that's what gave me a normal brain coming out of it. Essentially, I have no heart problem, and I have normal brain function. I will go back to work next Wednesday. And I'm still a practicing physician. So.
Congratulations.
Anyway, thank you very much.
These are things I always like to do. Our next order of business is the consent calendar. You have before you the council minutes from July 2nd and the special council minutes of July 23rd. You have the claims totaling $192,922.21, which includes electronic checks 2109E through 2111E, electronic check 2117, I'm assuming that is E, through 2123E, and paper checks 134472, 134476 through 134538, and 134541, and 134574. And we have improvement to Pratt Excavating that was for work not completed in 2017 that they have completed now. And it's a payment of $3,000 to finish off that contract. Is there anything that anybody would like to speak separately from the consent calendar? I'll start with Councilman Maroney. Councilman Mitchell. Councilman Paul.
No.
Councilman Bucket is not here. All those in favor of the consent calendar, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, consent calendar is approved. Our next order of business is the open forum. Anybody wishing to speak to the council on any topic whatsoever may do so at this point. Come forward, please give your name and address and address the council. Anybody wishing to come forward for open forum? Nobody? Open forum is closed. Mayor and city council reports. There's not a whole heck of a lot to report. I had the interesting opportunity to be caught in the rain at the county fair on Friday and got stuck in the Fine Arts building with Commissioner Teedy, so I had a chance for a couple hours to talk with him. We did talk a little bit on some of the issues going on here in Breezy Point, one of which was our tax forfeit properties, and we had a few points that we agreed to disagree on. That is going to be a topic that we are still going to be moving forward on. We are working on getting things so that we can expedite getting people to sign up and to do something with the special assessments. We may have to have some other meetings with that. We also did have a chance to discuss a little bit on the ability for golf carts to be able to be driven on the county roads, and I was very much encouraged with what he had to say about that, as far as he's talking with the county engineer, and the fact that we actually have a program where we license the golf carts, we may have some opportunity here. And along that same line, we did get estimates on the cart path between Four Corners area and Canary. It came in literally twice to what our original estimate that we thought it should be. So at this point, I don't think we are going to pursue it to get it done this fall, because the cost is just going to be prohibitive to be hitting the budget at this time. So we're going to put that off until at least spring, and maybe we can get some activity going with the golf carts being on the county road. That's pretty much all I have. I'll start with you.
Yes, just one mention. Tomorrow night we have our National Night Out here at City Hall with our very own police department, along with other entities. I believe DNR was going to be there.
They've been invited.
Been invited. Some other entities have been invited, along with Lifelink Helicopter has been also invited, so they should be here pending any calls that they might have. So it should be a great night. Tomorrow night starts at 6 p.m. here at City Hall in the Ball Field Park area.
I was going to mention that, but I slipped my mind. Councilman Mitchell, anything?
Yeah, I want to compliment Chief Marshman and the Police Department. I see on this report 233 incidents versus 310 a year ago. My wife and I have lived in many places, including Michigan, Colorado, Iowa. And we live in the woods here in Breezy Point, but I'm beginning to feel more and more like I feel safer here than any place we've lived, which I just wanted to mention that. It's really good. Secondly, we did receive Heartland Cable. We received a check for a little over $6,000 for our part of the funds, that 1% that we collect from the TV station providers, and that's only going to happen every other year. So I had mentioned that we should be getting one, and Patrick said we did get it, so I just wanted to mention that. And that's it.
Okay. Councilmember Ball.
I just wanted to mention that we had the first kickoff meeting for the Comprehensive Plan Steering Committee on July 12th. And it was a great kickoff meeting. We had really good attendance and there was really good discussion. So thank you to everyone who came. And there's been an email that's gone out. Patrick sent that out, that the next meeting will be August 21st at 6 p.m. It's a Tuesday.
And we have arrived with Mr. Bakken.
Thank you.
Better
Mr.
than
Mayor.
ever.
First of all, to the public, I apologize for my tardiness, and to my associates assembled. I would also like to note, first time ever In 25 years, I've been late for a meeting, and Kathy can attest to this. I am humbled and very embarrassed, and the only excuse I have is, number one, life gets in the way sometimes, and number two, being of Norwegian ethnicity, I have trouble reading 6s and 7s. Thank you. Pretty embarrassing.
Okay, the committee reports. Do we have anything from Personnel Committee?
Nope.
Finance Committee, we did hold a Finance Committee and everything is copacetic. The city is in good shape. We started a preliminary look at the budget for next year, and we will have more to come on that. Anything else that you'd like to add, Patrick? Okay. Next item is the development agreement for the North Star project. You have a copy of it. It's basically a draft copy. We're looking for any comments that we may have on it. But Patrick, I'll let you kind of go over this. I know there were some issues with it as far as with the county and stuff, so I'll let you fill us in on that one.
Okay. Part of it is, on the very first page of the development agreement, you see that we've highlighted a section. We needed the exact number, the set plan, and Justin and Joe are working on providing that. Some of the other details, we worked through all the other details. The agreement as written is what we're asking the council to approve. There was some discussion over the weekend today with the county engineer related to the Ranchette Drive improvements and when those should be take place. It has to do with the traffic study that I guess was done in 2017 and thoroughly reviewed and talked about complete development build out not only on the south side but on the north side with the ice arena, and for that reason we are including just the south side at this time.
Any comments? I'll start with you, Mike. Anything that you saw on here that we would need to
Nope.
redo?
Nothing stood out for me.
Gary?
Negative.
Rebecca?
So just a question, the areas that are highlighted, those are completed or they will be completed?
They still need to be completed officially. We just didn't include them in your packet.
Okay. And then I just had one comment, and I think it was maybe just a typo or just missed on page 6. There's a date, or it says July 1st, but I think there should be a year under property taxes in the escrow section.
Very top line.
Okay.
July 1st, comma, probably supposed to be 2018.
Otherwise, I don't have any comments.
Okay. Gary, any comments on this?
Briefly, it's a massive undertaking, so my compliments to the two entities involved, the city and the administrative staff, and of course to the resort and its consultant, Mr. Landecker.
Okay, so if the council agrees with the proposal as it's shown here, I'll entertain a motion to approve the developers agreement.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Further discussion? Mike? Gary?
No.
All those in favor of approving the developers agreement, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The developers agreement is agreed to. Comes every so many years, we request to keep all of our contractors in competitive positions. So we are going out for a request for proposal on audit services. It's nothing against our current auditor. It was just that we do this periodically to make sure that we're getting the best service from each one of our contractors. So you have the RFP for auditing services for the years 2018, 19, and 20. I'll entertain a motion to approve the RFP to be sent out at this point.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, Mike? Nope. Gary? No. Rebecca?
No.
Gary?
No, sir.
Okay. All those in favor of sending out the RFP, please say aye.
Aye.
The RFP is approved. And that is the completion of our agenda items. I want to thank everybody for coming out. It's a very beautiful night tonight, so I think we can get the lake and get some fishing in. Thank you much. Appreciate it. Meeting's adjourned. Oh, one other thing. Next month, Gary, next month,
Yes, sir.
we're back to 7 o'clock.
Don't be early.